Why do I never play Summoner's Rift anymore? Why am I always playing ARAM? You might be wondering. Well, I've got the answer for you, and I'm just going to summarize as my own opinion, my own thoughts on the matter. It's not really, I don't know. Maybe you like Summoner's Rift. I don't care. Fine, go play Summoner's Rift. The whole problem with Summoner's Rift for me is it takes so long, and in general, your impact on the game is minimal. It just feels like a waste of time, basically. It doesn't feel fun. Have you noticed the amount of people who rage in Summoner's Rift and how irritating it is? Why do you play a game if it's really irritating? It's not a game anymore. It's just like a source of irritation. So, I don't know. I guess people get satisfaction out of overcoming the difficulties or whatever, but how do you overcome the difficulty of half your team feeding and just giving you an auto loss no matter how hard you try? ARAM, all random, all mid. I personally love randomization, so this gives the game a bit of, it feels like it gives it a bit of flavor. Like, not everybody's going to pick their cookie cutter best champ and do cheesy stuff, and you're not going to have some random guy trolling, picking something and doing a random build. Actually, you might have that. Well, I guess that goes to sort of one of my points, is that random builds are sort of okay. It's okay to test things out in ARAM. Nobody's expecting every single player to be an absolute master. Flaming others is very rare in ARAM. The general mentality of people playing ARAM is like a million times better than that of those playing Summoner's Rift. I don't know if you guys have noticed that too. I basically completely gave up on Summoner's Rift at this point. It's just misery. It's pure misery. I can't take it. So some other great things about ARAM is, well, I think the funnest part of League of Legends is the team fights and the dynamics of a team fight and positioning and really getting, just getting your character going and kind of knowing where to place yourself with the rest of your team. And you can really practice that in ARAM. You can't really practice that in Summoner's Rift because, well, it takes all day. Let's, for example, say you want to practice one of your characters. So you pick your character, and maybe you don't have so hot of a game, and you get flamed and harassed the whole time. That's generally what happens. You either do super well or you get flamed. And, that's not really the fault of the game, but it just goes to speak how frustrating of gameplay Summoner's Rift is. It's just so critical to get every last hit, to not miss anything, to not make any mistakes. When you're a new player or someone that's just not top tier, which is, let's face it, everybody that's not in Platinum, it's very common to just, make some mistakes, and it's annoying to get flamed for it. It's like, because most of the time, you made the mistake, and you're fine with it, you can improve, but then you get flamed, and you forget about your mistake, and all you're thinking about is how annoying your teammates are, and you don't really improve much. Well, that's my takeaway anyway. Yours might be different. In ARAM, you can get straight to team fights. The games start out with team fights. You're team fighting the whole time. There's really no not team fighting, and that's really fun to me. So you can just practice your build, your dynamic, a lot of different characters. It's a great way to get used to the game too, because you see a lot of different characters being played. You're forced to play characters you might not be that familiar with sometimes due to the randomization, and you can really kind of get used to the items and how they feel in different characters and the power level dynamic of things. So I just think it's a really great way to sort of get used to the items and the characters, whereas Summoner's Rift it's just too aggravating and it takes too long. ARAMs are pretty quick, and even if you lose, they're often still pretty fun, or at least they go quickly, because sometimes in ARAM you get one-sided teams. Sometimes one team is just flat out OP. They get like Misfortune, Sona, Yi, Tryndamere, and Alistair or something, and you're like, it doesn't even matter what we get, we just lose. But most of the time you have some pretty good games, and you can really practice things, and it's just a lot of fun. And nobody really cares if you build one off item just to see what it feels like on your character. Whereas in Summoner's Rift, you're just flat out not allowed to try items. You either build what the meta says, or everybody rages at you. And it's just, you're just trying to have fun. You just want to try things out. You want to experiment a little bit. You're just not allowed to do that, Summoner's Rift, without getting absolutely flamed. And it's just annoying. It is just annoying. What else is there really to say, So that's why we play pretty much ARAM strictly these days. Is just pretty much a guaranteed fun match. And it's pretty quick. There's really just too much variability with the Summoner's Rift. It is just far too frequently a snowball match that you have no control over. And that's It does happen in ARAM too, but it doesn't feel as bad when it happens in ARAM, because at least you can go on to the next game and get into the team fighting dynamics and not have to worry about queuing up, thinking about the meta, picking your best champ again, only to get trolled. At least with ARAM you get to play it out and test some stuff. So I don't know, there's probably more things I could add to this, but that's the main reason. It's just more fun, it's more consistently more fun, and you get more team fighting dynamics. You just get to do that the whole time, rather than maybe. Because with Summoner's Rift, you may never get to team fight. You might just get some weird game and be forced to wait 20 minutes or however long it takes, which is like 30 minutes of misery. Not cool. So something needs to happen with Summoner's Rift, in my opinion. I can't even stand to play it anymore. And I think a lot of people are starting to feel that way. At least they kept ARAM in, so that's really the only reason I play League anymore. Peace out, you guys. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Vile Dragon out.